Good day everyone, my name is Maria Erica Metra. Today, I will discuss to you the summary of Communication Arts and Skills, English 101, Module 5 to 10. First, the Module 5 entitled CS of Good Communication. I learned that main qualities of good communication are correctness. A letter must be correct in every aspect, in grammar, in spelling, pronunciation, and the use of language. Second is the clarity. The message must be clear at the first reading. Conciseness. It's expressing much in a few words in business communication. It means keeping to the point. And courtesy, the consideration to others or to other people's feelings. And there is another related quality which is completeness, coherence, compactness, confidence, consideration, friendliness, directness, and vigor to have an effective communication. It's easy to have a communication with someone, but you need to know what are the qualities to make the communication good or effective, and both sender and receiver are needed to be active. My reflection is, communication is not merely essential, but need of the hour. It allows you to get the trust of the people and at the same time, carry better opportunities before you. CS of good communication, it can help to build relationships no matter either you are studying or working. Communication can aid you to build a relationship with people. If you are studying, you communicate with classmates and teachers to build a relationship with them. Likewise, in offices or and organizations too, you make relationships with the staffs, your boss, and other people around you. Earns more respect if your communication skills are admirable. People will love and give you respect. That's why you are earn more respects from them. Proper communication can help you to solve a number of issues and resolve problems. If there is any problem, you will be the first person to be contacted. Thus, it will increase your importance. This is the reason that one must know how to communicate well. The skills of communication essential to be developed so that you are able to interact with people and able to share your thoughts and reach out them. Communication is the greatest importance. It is important to sharing out one's thoughts and feelings to live a fuller and happier life. The more we communicate, the less we suffer and the better we feel about everything around. However, it is all the more necessary to learn the art of effective communication to put across one's point well. So next, the Module 6 entitled Group Communication. Group is defined as a number of persons engaged in interaction with one another, and the interaction may be during a single meeting or series meetings, which may be formal or informal. I learned that group has a common purpose, and it can develop norms for interpersonal relations, and it also develops leaders and followers. A group discussion can be very stimulating communication activity, especially to those who have the skill. It helps in understanding a situation, in exploring possibilities, and in solving problems because it allows a multiple point of view. Before participating in group communication, it requires certain skill and training because there are a lot of barriers can come in the middle of your group communication. The participants as well as leaders need to have meeting skills. Otherwise, the meeting can be very frustrating and can be a waste of time. My reflection is when the communication occurs between two persons, it is called interpersonal communication. On the other hand, when more than two individuals are involved, it is called group communication. Groups such as families, work teams, friendship circles, committees, and teams are some examples. Group communication can be difficult skill. There are numerous members who may have differing views on the subject or issues. There is always the chance of disagreements as well. Regarding individual communication disagreements and making decision is much easier because you are the only one involved making the process. Group communication provides the opportunity for people from different walks of life to come together to understand each other in cooperation. make responsibilities, and group rules clear at the beginning. Discuss problems as they arise, rather than letting them fester till people explode. Realize that group members are not responsible for each other's happiness. A thriving team has open and honest discussion, sharing their thoughts, ideas, and opinions. They engender a meritocracy, ensuring no one is above anyone else and allowing everyone to feel as though they can contribute freely. Creating this sort of culture is one of the fundamental foundation of a successful team. So next, for the Module 7, entitled Making Presentation. I learned to evaluate a journal article before using it as a source of information for making a presentation. The journal presents the most recent research, and journal articles are written by experts for experts. In short, a journal is a collection of articles like magazine that is published regularly throughout the year. I also learned the value of having an outline for our presentation or for your presentation. An outline helps you to organize multiple ideas about your topic. An outline not only helps you to recognize your thoughts, but it can also serve as a schedule for when certain aspects of your writing should be accomplished. Once you are making your presentation, you must be having a good interaction to them, especially when you want to get their full attention. The interaction with other students and professor is the great value. That's why once you stand in front of them, they can see you as a prepared, confident, and good speaker to them. My reflection is we can make our own presentation because we can be presenters someday. But we need to be trained well. We need to develop our skills. A presentation means of communication that can be adapted to various speaking situations, such as talking to a group, addressing a meeting, or briefing a team. If you have ever sat through a great presentation, you'll have left feeling either inspired or informed on a given topic. This is not because the speaker was the most knowledgeable or motivating person in the world. Instead, it's because they know how to structure presentation. They have crafted their message in a logical and simple way that has allowed the audience can keep up with them and take away key messages. Before you start delivering your talk, introduce yourself to the audience and clarify who you are and your relevant expertise. In the introduction, you need to explain the subject and purpose of your presentation while gaining the audience interest and confidence. The main body of your talk needs to meet the promises you made in the introduction. Depending the nature of your presentation, clearly segment the different topics you will be discussing and then work your way through them one at a time. It's important for everything to be organized logically for the audience to fully understand. For the Module 8, entitled Spoken and Written Communication. In communication is simply the act of transferring information from one place, person or group to another. Every communication involves at least one sender, a message and receiver. This includes our emotions, the cultural situation, the medium used to communicate, and even our location. I learned that spoken or oral and written communications are both forms of verbal communication, but oral communication is more natural and immediate, and both parties should be present and attentive at the same time. It's about understanding the emotion and intention behind the information. As well as being able to clearly convey a message, you need to also listen in a way that gains the full meaning of what's being said and makes the other people feel heard and understood. For my reflection, spoken communication includes the word we say aloud, while written communication includes the words we write down. These two types of communication serves different purposes and each has benefits. Spoken communication is sometimes used by salesperson or salespeople to encourage an impulse buy. Spoken communication is synchronous. It happens in real life or real time, like when you talk back and forth to a classmate. While written communication is asynchronous. It happens over a longer period of time. If you are walking with your dog and your friend says hello, you will probably immediately respond instead of waiting to write them a letter saying hello. Using asynchronous written communication can help helpful when you want to give the receiver time to craft a response rather than putting them on the spot with synchronous spoken communication. The purpose of effective written communication is to send a message with the intention of the receiver understanding the message and responding to it. For example, if a supervisor needs get a profit and loss statement to his manager, he may print it out, email or fax it with the required information in writing. The main qualities of good communication are correctness, like what I said earlier, correctness, the clarity, the conciseness, and especially the courtesy. Next, for the Module 9, entitled Etiquette and Manners. Etiquette refers to the rules that apply in a given context, while manners involve more general behavioral guidelines, such as respecting our elders and not interrupting when someone is speaking. I learned that good manners are a reflection of who you are and often remain similar across cultures. Decorum, or the other word of etiquette, varies depending on a specific country's culture and customs and has to adapt according to their geographical location. Because etiquette is about kindness, being friendly, being polite, it's about being integrity, it's about good manners. Having good manners is about how you present yourself, how you behave, you speak, how you treat others, and how you think. If you display good manners and follow the rules of etiquette, you will always present the very best version of yourself to the outside world. So my reflection is, listen to the person you are communicating with. This simple courteous act can go a long way in making others feel important. If you want to be a good listener, put your phone away, set aside distraction, and listen intently. Make eye contact during the conversation so they know you are paying attention. Even I myself, I want to listen everyone while I'm speaking, because learning how to listen can improve both work-related, relationship, and personal ones. People feel much more at ease when they feel heard, no matter what the context. If you want to share your thoughts, wait until the speaker done talking to avoid distraction. Effective and courteous communication starts with using empathy and thinking about the needs of others. Even if you are communicating a need of your own, consider how it will come across to someone else when you bring it up. For example, you can kindly ask for your assistant to get you a cup of coffee, or you can lash out angrily because it isn't already on your desk. In both instances, you probably get your coffee, but the first method is more effective in long run. Your assistant may follow your orders when you are angry, but they're probably not going to want to work with someone long term who is harsh and unreasonable. The truth is, you may not always have perfect etiquette, but always remember that etiquette is much needed. There will be certain situations where you are out of our element. You may not always know the exact rules of conventions. For the last module, Module 10, entitled The Etiquette and Manners in Business. The proper behavior one should have in the workplace. Whether you are the boss or an employee, you must practice office etiquette. These rules are meant to impart order and avoid unnecessary stress and conflict in the workplace. Business etiquette has its own unique set of rules. Work and business etiquette governs office behavior and interaction between coworkers. How to greet and meet in the business world, how to communicate on the jobs, cell phone use in the office or work emails, business dining, office party, the do's and the don'ts of business life. I learned that if you want to introduce yourself, extend your hand, smile, and say, "I'm Erica, Mecca's partner." This is one of the good introductions of you to others, and always has a compliment expression of appreciation. For my reflection, business etiquette is important because it creates a professional, mutually respectful atmosphere and improves communication, which helps an office serve as a productive place. People feel better about their jobs when they feel respected, and that translates into better customer relationship as well. In the business world, It is best to observe the old rule. The 5 minutes early is late. Allow yourself enough to arrive promptly. Take off your coat and settle in a bit. Clean pressed clothing without any loose threads or tags and relatively polished closed-toe shoes are must. Look at the people around you for ideas on what sort of clothing is standard. Your good manners show that you are knowledgeable those around you and are considerate of their presence. If you hear a rumor about someone in the workplace, do not pass it on. Gossip and eavesdropping are childish behavior that have no place in the workplace. When speaking with someone, show you are thoroughly engaged. Do not play on your phone, and if you have to answer a communication, say, excuse me one moment, I'm so sorry. Using vulgar language is a surefire way to become unpopular in your workplace. Vulgar language includes swear words and judgmental language. So business etiquette requires being constantly mindful that you are in a diverse environment with people you do not know on a personal level. Speak as though someone from human resources is always listening. You can visit your local bookstore or library. There have been numerous books written on improving business etiquette. Check out the self-improvement section of your local bookstore or library to find them. Then if you are in a business world, you are already trained and prepared to encounter other people and have a good business with them. So that's all for the discussion of communication in arts and skills in English 101. Thank you for watching. Bye!